I received a mysterious and bizarre mission. I have to hang landmines on the steep cliff face every day. The purpose is to guard against unknown terrifying creatures, and I live in a bunker dozens of meters high. Across the Grand Canyon, there is another identical bunker. Any contact between us is strictly forbidden, and this mission is top secret. I not only have to cut off all contact with the outside world, but I also have to stay here alone for a year. My daily work seems simple, but there is absolutely no room for complacency. I need to check if the radar is functioning properly, check for any damage to the protective netting, and confirm that the heavy machine gun has sufficient ammunition. Then I report to headquarters once a month via radio. The rest of the time, I spend alone in this silent bunker. That day, I picked up my binoculars and curiously looked at the bunker opposite. The sight before me stunned me. The person stationed opposite was a woman. The woman's name was Irene. She quickly noticed that I was peeking at her. At night, I couldn't help but peek at Irene again with my binoculars. Upon discovering this, Irene extinguished the candle without hesitation. I was full of doubts, wondering why a woman would be here guarding the tower. Little did I know that Irene was a top-tier assassin. Not long ago, she had assassinated a very important person. To escape the relentless pursuit, Irene had to come to this isolated place to seek a moment of peace. The next night, Irene couldn't suppress her loneliness any longer and used binoculars to observe what I was doing. Then she wrote a few words on a piece of cardboard and then fired a shot into the sky. The gunshot was particularly jarring in the silent canyon. She was the first to break the silence between us. She asked for my name. I heeded my superior's warning, stating that communication between the two of us was forbidden. But Irene wouldn't give up so easily. She directly raised her sniper rifle and fired a shot, shattering my teacup with a single shot. She also made a series of provocative gestures, her eyes full of mockery. I felt my dignity was greatly challenged. I quickly raised my gun and aimed, shattering Irene's wine bottle with a single shot. However, unexpectedly, Irene not only wasn't angry, but instead excitedly raised her hands and clapped, even holding the wine bottle above her head. She gestured for me to take another shot, seemingly testing my marksmanship and courage. Suddenly, Irene's expression changed drastically. She seemed to have seen something terrifying and quickly gestured with her hand to indicate danger below my feet. I immediately looked down at the base of the tower. A group of dark figures were silently climbing up from the canyon below, and those mysterious creatures were trying to escape. The next second, I finally saw their true faces in the faint light. It instantly sent shivers down my spine. I immediately opened fire in self-defense. We both quickly entered combat mode. We worked together seamlessly. Soon the canyon returned to peace. Irene didn't expect that there were really terrifying creatures hidden here. Just then, she vaguely felt a faint movement beneath her feet, which instantly sent chills down her spine. She immediately cautiously retreated, afraid of disturbing the danger hidden in the shadows. Suddenly, Irene didn't have time to think, and immediately pulled out her pistol and fired wildly at it. Then she kicked it down. However, even more terrifying was that more of these monsters were continuously climbing up from below. Seeing this, I quickly adjusted my position. I accurately shot down one of the monsters. When the monster fell, it triggered a landmine, causing a violent explosion, but the fragments from the explosion injured Irene. I immediately activated my heavy weapon. A dense hail of bullets rained down. Irene, ignoring her injuries, quickly used her machine gun to eliminate the monsters below me. Touched the infrared sensor. All the heavy weapons in the canyon were activated instantly. Powerful firepower formed an impenetrable and tight network of fire on both sides of the canyon.